Hello, here we are. Crikey, the chat's busy. What's going on? So, this should be working. It's not working. Oh no, I can see something's happening. Please be working. Oh, one day we'll figure this out. Oh, no, I can see something's happening. Yay, there we go, double mirror. Hello, everybody. This evening, my hair is brought to you because this is a terrible advert for Dax Wax. Because I thought, I know, I'll let my hair do its own thing today. And it has betrayed me. It's betrayed me. So this is the look we're going for tonight, apparently. Hooray! Welcome everybody. There's loads of us in the chat already. Hello. Hi Tony. Hi Robbie. Sunday here again. We're here to find new ways to punish in the Temple of Terror. We are indeed, and yay me for labeling this video correctly. Out of the 5 we've done so far. We're no longer playing Tower of Terror. Hello, Sean. Good day, mate. Hi, Robbie. Robbie. Hello, Gary. Lovely to see you. Hello, Gary. Philip Collins, welcome to the chat. Hello, Neil. Robbie, I wish there were multiple ways to win in these books. I know that would be tough, but it's so easy to miss stuff. Robbie, I'm really here from that. In fact, you know, post Wayne's World, I don't know if anyone remembers that movie. Alexa, when did Wayne's World come out?
The film Wayne's World was released on May 22nd, 1992.
Yeah, in 1992 with Wayne's World, I feel they had the section at the end of the movie with like in alternative endings, and I feel that really popularized. So maybe if these books were written today, you'd be able to get a bunch of choose your own endings. I have got a unicorn adventure book that allows you to do that, but it's not digital. It's why people like Neil are born. Exactly. Cartographer Neil doing his thing. Yes, Sean says to Robbie, how's the new frog settling in? We all want to know, Robbie. Robbie has a new frog. Hello, Dom. Robbie's put 5 in and only seen 2 at once. Hopefully they'll get a bit braver because they're little babies. 6-month-old froglets. They won't eat each other, will they, Robbie? Neil is getting very, very humble. He only Googles the maps, he says. Robbie, it's like the Emperor created him in a lab. Yes, Neil. Which of the Primarchs would Neil be? Cartographus. He's one of the missing Primarchs. The books are designed to be replayed, not beaten on the first turn. Good point. Well, we're certainly getting our money's worth. Hello, Aztec. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Stuart T. Hello, Will. Redacted Primarch. Ooh, looks like Steve Jackson Games in the US is doing a Kickstarter to reprint some of the Fighting Fantasy books. How exciting. Love it, love it, love it. Well, we'll start this evening as usual, as we often do, with a birthday, a famous birthday. Happy birthday to Ice-T, who is 67 years old today. And we have an Ice-T fact. I think I've got this right. Richard Bletchenden was the first ever to serve iced tea in 1904 at the World Fair in St. Louis in America. So, fantastic. We also have, of course, Mr. Pugh to keep us safe this evening. And I thought we could unwrap a candle this evening. My friend Shakira makes candles. I should look up the name of her candle business to give props, really, shouldn't I? Where is it? Looks so prepared in everything else, but just not this. The Candle Bar SLU, yeah, is Shakira's candle making business. She's lovely, one of the loveliest ladies. So I thought we could unbox one of these. This is a really, really, really old order that I made from her. Look, it comes with this really cute little seal, and I made it years ago now, so it's quite old, and I'm afraid to say I didn't protect it very well, so it's a little bit dusty. So this is a candle for clarity. So it's got lemon, rosemary and eucalyptus in here. There you can see it used to be called Lotus Cosmetics SLU from St. Lucia, and the top of it has got this glittery leaf and candle. I think this is like a melt, and it smells really lovely. It's quite sweet. So we'll have some clarity this evening. Just going to pick up these massively dangerous extra sulfurous matches. We're going for the magenta. Anybody that played the ZX Spectrum knows that this is magenta. And they also know what colour cyan is. Happy days. A more innocent time where Sir Sinclair was alive. R.I.P. So yeah, there's our candle, and the bits inside are glitter. So that's safely extinguished. I'll put that to my left and keep an eye on it and make sure we don't set anything on fire. Nothing is on fire this evening. Hooray! Oh, we've got some Primark chat going on in the chat. As long as Neil isn't Conrad, we're all fine. Why is that? I thought Conrad was Conrad Cruise. I always equate him to Tom Cruise in my head. What's up with Conrad? Oh, busy tonight, says Robbie. Neil says, I am Alfarius, or maybe a Megan. I'm not sure. Robbie, I like Conrad. He was just doing what he was born to do. Will used to make candles. You should get into candles. Send me a candle, Will. I'll light a Will Inspector candle. Do you know what? Will, whose real name is not Will, has told me his real name. And every time I come on the chat, I think, what is Will Inspector's real name? And I can never remember. So you're forever Will to me. If I remember correctly, iced tea has reverted back to water tea. Yes, I do like some Rick and Morty. Robbie, I wonder if I could make candles out of the wax from my dog's ears. It wouldn't be vegan, Robbie. ZX Spectrum 48, those were computer games. Neil, he'll be Vapor Tea soon. Well, yes, global warming. Dom says, Spectrum losers, I had an Amstrad. What did you get to play on Amstrad? Or was that game QWERTY? Something began with a Q and you jumped up and down a pyramid. That was the only game on the Amstrad. Conrad Kurz. The origins of the name are very interesting. Conrad is a Night Lord. Oh dear. Hello, Alex. I sent Alex a picture earlier because I pruned my rose plants and I planted a new one. And to be honest, Alex, Oasis have got that song, it's a famous quote, don't look back in anger. And I just pruned in terror. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I knew vaguely I wanted all the branches to be going out. And I know you have to take away disease, dead, and another thing beginning with D that I couldn't remember. I just panicked. I chopped them halfway down. I took all the leaves off. Some of them were even sprouting and I panicked and I thought they're sprouting too high. Anyway, nice to see you, Alex. Cubert, yes. Well Inspector's fine with being Will. Anyone remember the game Joust? Ooh. Funnily enough, I do think the Rogue Trader game will work on my laptop now. So maybe if we get into Tower of Terror and we manage to finish it, we can have a quick look and see if that works. It doesn't run very smoothly on my laptop and it looks kind of boring so far. I had to go straight into a combat and I was not good at it. But if everyone can help, then maybe it'll be a more fun game. So let me open up our Temple of Terror. So want to say tower. Really want to say tower so badly. Here we've got the music going. Prune to knee high. My dad taught me. My roses are in the ground now. Yeah, I've pruned mine to about, I don't know, I suppose they're 3 foot off the ground. I'll put a picture on my Instagram tonight. I'm sure everyone will be very interested. Disease, dead and damage, and don't worry about it. Everyone panics, but roses love a good prune. Promise it'll be fine. Thank you, Alex. Well, I have got one rose, the Rachel, which didn't do anything. So sadly, I think that's completely dead, but I've not depotted it yet. I'm just looking at it. Even though it looks super dead, I'm seeing if it could come to life. Temple of Terror. Let's lose our last bookmark. I can't remember if we died or not. It's not good, is it? Okay, diseased, dead and damaged. Oh, Neil, stream goal. I've stopped doing stream goals because I realised it stopped everybody getting memberships. So now you'll notice in the chat there are way less green comments and way more grey comments. So I thought, what do I value more? Well, obviously I flipping love money. I nearly swore then. I absolutely love money. I think it's one of the few things, I don't know if this is true, if I had a bank account of £1 million, I think a lot of my anxiety would go. Clearly that's not going to happen in my lifetime. But really like money, but I also really like returning people. And I wonder if people who have memberships come back more. I don't know. Anyway, so there's no goal this evening, but if people in the chat would like to suggest things that could happen that we can just do despite a goal, we can do that. I'm not averse to it. Normally it's stuff like singing, isn't it? Or make up a song or shenanigans. So whatever we want, we can do. Robbie says, seems the worse you treat roses, the better they grow. Dom says, don't plant roses where other roses have been. Risk of virus transfer. Very true, Dom. So I didn't. I've got a new pot for my new rose. However, I did use the same secateurs, but in between each clipping, apart from 2 roses where I forgot, I vinegar sprayed them and cleaned them. Will, I'm on a new playthrough of Rogue Trader, so I will help as needed. God bless you. Anyway, thank you so much, Neil, for the $5 and the super thanks. Yay, thank you so much. Robbie, I would like people to join for themselves. It's cheap. Thank you so much, Robbie. That's true, isn't it? It's not expensive. I just go into a lot of fear. Like, I can never ever just accept that we've got a lovely thing going and people will come and watch us play silly games. I think it depends on them being given freebies to come and attend, and maybe that's not a great way to think about myself. Thank you so much. Thank you, Neil, and thank you, Robbie, for the donations. So appreciated. We love it. We love it. We love it. Yay. Okay, into our adventure. The water is now deep red with blood. Just as you are climbing out onto the ledge, the water turns suddenly black and an acrid vapour rises from the surface. Sorry to interrupt. Did any of you see Ian's Q&A? My friend Arbiter Ian has done a very big Q&A, really fantastic. It's entitled 4 Years of YouTube. And people said to him, do you want to be a voice actor? And he was like, not really. And I was like, say yes, people will ask you to be a voice actor. Anyway, yes, thank you. Neil says, did you get the new fragrant rose from Paris that you mentioned last week? Yes, Neil, I did. I've ordered it. It's been planted outside. Fingers crossed it will grow. It's absolutely gorgeous. Dom said, I became a Mirror Manga YouTube member by myself. What do I win? Robbie did a string of my unicorn emojis and said, you get unicorns. And Philip said, eternal elves to kick. No, this channel is an elf safe place. We love elves here. Yeah. Okie dokie. Yes, Ian would not be comfortable being an actor, but you could get to be in Warhammer, like books and stuff. And Baldur's Gate, it would be exciting. Okay. So, do we wish to stay by the edge of the water and see what happens, bearing in mind we are well inspectors, or would we rather head on down the tunnel? You'll have to let me know because this is a choose your own adventure and I'm just here to facilitate those needs. So let me know. Neil, what was your question for Ian that he didn't answer? I noticed he answered Jim's question. Jim on Ian's channel goes by James. I'm not saying anything, but you know, there's a different class of viewer on Ian's channel, I think it's fair to say. Capri says, stay. What are some fumes to a bona fide inspector? Philip says, down, down, deeper and down. Tunnel, 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 says Gary and Neil and Philip. Water. Our natural habitat, please, says Tony. Tony, ever so polite. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 who want to go down to the tunnel. So let's do that. Turn to 91. Another tunnel branches off the one you were walking down to give you a choice of directions. We can continue straight on or we can turn left. So let's have a look at our map. So, last week we passed the flame-carved door, the death dog, the nightmare hall, giant fireflies, bronze idol room, stone golem, tentacled thing, and we're now at a T-junction. The choice is straight on or left. And let's just check out our adventure sheet. Our adventurer, Tillian Well, has a stamina of 19 of 23, skill of 11 of 14, and 8 out of 11 luck points. We have 5 provisions, 3 gold, few spells, creature sleep, read symbols, open door, create water. And in our backpack we have a crystal key, iron helmet, iron key, armband of strength, sandworm tooth, bone flute, dragon artifact, bone dragon, headscarf, golden key, ivory beetle charm, leather armor, monkey tail, and a lantern. No pink silk purse, much to my chagrin. And our knowledge. What's our knowledge? We've seen the letter H. We need to avoid other letters around the word death. So, Ian's channel is for grown-ups, says Robbie. I agree. Neil, does no one remember what happened last week? Me, absolutely not. Robbie, nope. Hello, Rain Coast Bear. I can't believe it's raining in Vancouver. Beautiful British Columbia. I hope you get a rainbow. The next character should be called Well, Well, Well. Well. Tony says left. Hello, Bear. Welcome. We love bears in the chat. Rain Coast Bear, and it's raining in Vancouver. 2 people have said left, so let's go left. Oh, who's the scary fella with a lantern of his own? Ahead in the corridor, you see a cloaked figure carrying a lantern and walking away from you. You call out, but the figure only walks away faster. You hurry after it and are almost alongside it when it spins around to reveal its hideous face. Taut yellow skin is stretched over its skull. Its eyes are blood red and sunk deep in their sockets. Surviving the stare of a phantom requires great courage. Ooh. Oh, I didn't know we could do that. Okay, that's exciting. Roll 2 dice. We need to roll less than our skill, so let's get on with it. We deftly passed the skill check. Excellent. Despite the phantom's powerful stare, we keep control of our mind. With its arms outstretched, the phantom closes in to touch you in order to intensify its power. If you wish to fight the phantom, please type fight into the chat. If you would rather rummage quickly through your backpack for an item to use against it, please type backpack. So it's fight or backpack. Sean says, he looks like he was caught with a hand in the cookie jar. Robbie, that's what I look like after a night out nowadays. Lies, Robbie, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I just want to see if my iPhone's not working. It's not, is it? I was going to take you all to my cookie jar, which is a paper bag at the moment. I'll have to take my whole laptop. Oh, why can't I have a producer like in the morning show or any TV? Oat and raisin cookies. Yeehaw! Why no chocolate, you may ask? Well, I have a whole Terry's chocolate orange, so I thought I should probably go cookies of raisin rather than double up on the old chocolate. Okay. Rummage, please, says Tony. Such a good word. Gary says, fight, fight, fight. Gary's feisty this evening. Robbie says fight. 1, 2 for fighting, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a rummage in the old backpack. So let's have a look at that. Okay. Robbie's got fruit flapjacks. Jealous. Very jealous. Okay, so let's have a rummage. I need to make sure you can all see the screen though. Can you all see it? Great. Fantastic. Hoping to find something that might be effective against the phantom, you thrust your hand into the backpack. We can throw an ivory beetle charm, which I don't remember seeing in our backpack. Do you remember seeing that in our backpack? Oh, indeed, an ivory beetle charm. Well, shall we throw our ivory beetle charm at the chump or none of these? So type throw or no. Throw or no. Pop that into the chat. And then I'll use that as an excuse to have some of this oatmeal and raisin. Bobby says bookmark. Good point, we will. Okay, so let's see. Hello Rudy, welcome, welcome. Rudy and Gary say no. Dartharus, Dom and Robbie say throw. Tony, throw, comma, scarab beetle. Are you playing this like a ZX Spectrum adventure game? I think people are going to throw it. Jen, I had a piece of fanciest cake because my mum's birthday was Friday. Happy birthday, Jen's mum. Yeah, how fancy was the cake and what flavour? We ask as we're about to throw an ivory beetle charm. The phantom snatches the charm out of the air and crushes it into dust. Laughing at your pathetic attempt to destroy it, the phantom grabs your arm with its free hand and you are instantly paralysed. You lose 4 stamina points. By the time feelings return to your limbs, the phantom is well out of sight. Walking stiffly along the tunnel, you continue your search. Oh, no. That could have gone a lot worse though, couldn't it? We still have 15 out of 23 stamina. Capri says, that's so cruel, letting you use it, then punishing you. Ugh. Tony, that worked well. Not. We really are going back to 1992 and Wayne's World. Yeah, right. Reload and keep the beetle. Okay. In the chat, are we going to retcon? Or are we going to go on? So please type either retcon or go on in the chat. Let me know. I'm just trying to sort out the chat. I've managed to... Oh, so frustrating. Okay, I can see it again. Retcon, 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 retcon. What we needed was a scarab beetle. Very good, Jen. Okay. Own your mistake, says Tony. Oh, Tony! Do you not think every morning I wake up and own all the shame and mistakes and despair of every day, Tony? Let me retcon when I can, man. Robbie, fight him for making us look fools. That's good. We're angry at ourselves for making a mistake. Let's take it out on the NPC. I'm very happy to retcon. Is this us today? Okay, none of these. Finding nothing that you think might destroy the phantom, you reach for your trusty sword. You own my mistakes. We all own Will's mistakes. You lunge at the phantom, but your sword meets no resistance. Unaffected by normal weapons, the phantom laughs at your pathetic attempts to slay it. Deja vu. It grabs your arm and you're instantly paralysed. But at least we haven't lost our... what was it again? Our very important ivory beetle charm, which I'm sure will come up in the end game. Okay. Retcon the retcon, says the bear. Actual Stevie, save scum for the win. We get to keep the beetle, so worth it, says Dartharus. The tunnel finally ends at a T-junction. The cross passage shows signs of more frequent use. Oh, friends, the walls are decorated with murals and tapestries, and there are torches at regular intervals to give plenty of light. This is good. So, if we wish to turn left towards the murals, please type left. And if we wish to turn right towards the tapestries, easy for me to say, please type right in the chat. Jen says, narrator, unfortunately you didn't pick up the thing you didn't know you needed, so bad luck. That is our life. Your terrible mural, very nice, Caprice, I like it. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 saying for the murals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saying to go right. So it's going to be the murals. Your terrible murals, very nice. The mural stretches along the wall for approximately 20 meters and depicts a great battle. A mass of undead, whipped on by vile orcs, are pushing back an army of men and dwarves. The leader of the undead is hidden by dark robes, apart from his fleshless reptilian skull. His cold, evil green eyes stare threateningly from the mural. He appears to be holding a casket, which is drawing in the spirit of the king of the men and dwarves, for whom the battle seems lost. You are fascinated by the painted detail of the casket and marvel at its magnificence. Do you like my work? Comes the sudden question from behind you. You spin round and see a man standing calmly with paint pots in his hand and a brush behind his ear. He's smiling and seems pleased that you are showing interest in his work. Will we attack him, reply to his question, or push past him and walk on? So it's a three-way choice: attack, reply, or push. Tony says Banksy. He's always finding those out of the way places. Robbie and Tony say reply. David and Caprice say reply. David says don't be rude. And Caprice hopes he has intel. Tell him you like his orcs. I like that, Jem. Jen writes, whipping skeletons seems a little inefficient. Sean says, reply, ask him to show us his minis. Gary says reply, Dartharus, I wonder if he can get us a cup of tea. That's what's missing from these adventures. So let's bookmark here just in case. No, gosh. Oh, if you wish to reply that you do like the artist's work, please type do into the chat. If you wish to reply that you do not like it at all, please type not into the chat. So either do or not. Hello, Happy Haribo. Lovely to see you. Happy Haribo. I really loved your comment on Arbiter Ian's video. I hope you're feeling good today. Do, 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 says the chat. Be nice, says Happy Haribo. Okay, everyone's saying do run, run, run. Oh my God, I've forgotten that song. You do run, 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 you do run, run. Hail and pace. Philip Collins says not. This is so Wayne's World. Jen, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow both answers were wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, Jen. We do like it. The artist laughs and says, I never expected a compliment in this place of evil. No doubt you've been lured here with a promise of great wealth by the High Priestess Leisha. I have staked my life on my reputation. Perhaps you have not heard that Leisha is a great lover of art, despite her cruel and terrible ways. Each year she secretly invites artists to perform their works inside the Lost City. Down the corridor you will see tapestries, and elsewhere there are wood carvings and etchings. This is my kind of adventure. We're going to an art fair. She alone judges the works, and the result is final. Very final. The winner receives 300 gold pieces, and the losers are sacrificed to honour the Dark One. Needless to say, I think I'm going to win. She gives us all a ring of protection to wear so that we come to no harm while we work. My name is Merkeg, and I'm pleased to meet you. Oh, God. Are we going to make a friend and devastatingly lose them again? Ugh. Let's find out. You ask Merkeg if he's heard of a man called Malbordus, but he shakes his head. You stress that it's very important that you find Malbordus and ask if he has any knowledge of the tunnels and passageways. Merkeg rubs his chin and replies, I'm afraid I cannot help you much, as I spend most of my time... Oh, no. I think we've got a glitch. Oh, thank goodness. I spend most of my time painting. I do know that Lisha's inner temple can only be reached by walking through the curtain of golden rain. Perhaps whoever it is you're looking for is being entertained by Lisha. All I can do is wish you luck. You shake hands with him and press on down the corridor. Ooh. Artist Battle Royale. Yes, Landscape Artist of the Year. Kill him, steal his ring of protection. Sorry, we gotta win, says Robbie. Extreme reality TV, says Dartus. Even the apprentice isn't this mean to losers. Rudy, can't we snag that ring off him during the handshake? How many fighting fantasy books are there? Anyone know? Many, many, many. The corridor bends to the right and you follow it round until you arrive outside a closed door. You can hear agonised cries and a sadistic chuckle coming from inside the room. If you'd like to turn the handle and push the door open, type door into the chat. If you would rather ignore the cries and keep on walking, type ignore. So it will be ignore or door. Yay, thank you, Sean, for the PG note. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. 59 fighting fantasy books from the initial print run, says Neil. Door, door, door. Robbie, Gary and Rudy say door. Let's do the door. I think we trust each other as a unit more now, right? Oh no! Someone is being tortured. Wonder why the image has been done in this etching. If someone has done this ink drawing, so it looks like, this is incredible. So literally somebody has drawn the fire of the coals is in the front and that's the lightest. There's hardly any pen. And then they've drawn the rest of the dungeon through shading. And so we can see the light glinting off the stones and the wall and the prisoner. This is flippin' heck. You know, this is... I wish I had some kind of artistic ability. This is so impressive. The door opens into a room which is filled with all kinds of implements of torture. The screaming is coming from a man who's hanging from his wrists, and the laughter is coming from his torturer, a hooded, bare-chested man who's holding a smoking branding iron. Oh. If you wish to help, please type help into the chat. If you would rather leave him at the mercy of the torturer, please type leave into the chat. I wonder if now is a good time for let's have some provisions. Okay, just in case, you never know. That the book artist is gunning for the art prize, says Sean. I agree. Bare-chested, says Bear. Looks like it's clobbering time. Help. It's clobbering time. Hello, Christian Goldsmith. Welcome to the chat. Help. Well, maybe we'll gain a friend. Help. Help, says Darthrus. Help. Help. Lol, what an odd time for a snack. Help. I need somebody. Help. Not just anybody. Help. Let's help the unfortunate captive, but let us bookmark. Just in case. The man hears you close the door and advances toward you to attack with his branding iron. You must fight. Oh, crikey. 18 to 14. Yay. 2 stamina down to the enemy. 20 to 13. We do well. Our skill is 11. His skill is only 8. 20 to 19. You hit Torturer. It feels good to hit the Torturer. Okay. 22 to 16. We are triumphant. Hooray! Excellent. We win. Please let this friend give us some, I don't know, something we can throw at a phantom that will work. You take a bunch of brass keys from the torturer's belt and find the one to unlock the victim's manacles. At first he's scared of you, believing it's a trick, but gradually you convince him that you mean no harm. You learn that his name is Thita and that he was a servant of the High Priestess Lisha and was caught trying to escape from Vatos. He asks you why you're wandering about in the dungeons of Vatos. Good question. And you tell him about Malbadus, the quest and the messenger of death. His eyes widen and he says, I saw a cloaked figure suddenly materialize before my very eyes in the treasure room where I was hiding before being captured. I only saw its face for a moment and it was hideous. It put something inside a golden casket and then disappeared again. Thita declines the offer to accompany you on your mission. I wonder why, saying that he must try to escape again. You wish him luck and say goodbye. You leave the room together but go your separate ways along the corridor. So now we have Merc Egg and Thita that we have to worry about dying. Oh, let's continue. Happy Haribo, you really don't need to say. I've made it quite clear about what we do and don't need to say in this channel. His name is Chittagong. He was working on his abs on the cross trainer. Bless him. You soon arrive outside another door. No noise comes from the other side, but when you try the handle, you find that the door is firmly unlocked. Will you use 2 stamina to cast an open door spell, which we do have, or do we have a gold key? Will you try and unlock it with a golden key? We do have the golden key. Or will we walk on by? So either spell, key, or walk. Those are the choices. Christian says, well, we know not to look in that gold casket. We will remember. Good point, Christian, because normally I forget things like that. So what are we going to do now? Are we going to use 2 stamina to cast open door? So spell, or unlock it with golden key, or walk away. We're all so traumatized by the keys in the House of Horror. We're like, key. It won't eat the key, right? Assuming we have the key. Robbie and Christian also say the key. Will says the key. I got the key. I got the secret. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people saying key. 6 people with Tony Holton. I have to say this Dax Wax has not done anything to restrain the poofiness of my hair today. Gary says walk. Interesting. Gary, interesting. It looks like we are going to try and unlock it, but because Gary is nervy, I'm going to pop a bookmark just in case. The key fits the lock and it clicks open with 1 turn. Holding on to the hilt of your sword, you open the door. You enter a marble floored room, which is bare, except for the bronze head of a beautiful woman mounted on the opposite wall. You are surprised when its lips suddenly start to move and you hear her speak. Welcome to the room of question, says the soothing voice. It's been an age since I spoke to anyone. You are obliged to answer my question or die. Of course we are. Of course we are. That's just the way this game is. Answer it correctly and you will be rewarded. Answer it incorrectly and you will suffer. Now, tell me, how many gold pieces does Lisha give to the winner of the art competition? If you know how many gold pieces make up the prize, Say it immediately. I think it was 300. Sorry, just a moment for Jen. The key to this is making the right choice. I appreciate the bad joke. Gary is ever the contrarian, but also just maybe cautious. Robbie, your hair has grown so fast. It does grow fast. It just goes whoof. 90s Euro dance flashback to my school days. It was 300. No pressure. I don't know what's going on in the chat. I think I've missed something. What big he lied? None. She sacrifices them all. So we're going to say 300. I love it when you can type stuff in. Correct. Woo! Excellent. Yay! No, what's the one that gives us the light show? I can never remember those. Excellent. This stream would be nothing without those silly zoom effects. Have to say. Phew. Dartharus said, unless sneakily the answer is 0 because she kills them all. Lol. Happy Haribo says phew, and Raincoat Coast Bear says teddy bear, polar bear, bear bear. Bear bears, as the Ute used to say. Bear bears, man. Just to say, this candle's really lovely. It's got a really gorgeous lemongrass smell. So, we did answer correctly. Tony says, did we win something? Let's find out. Well done, says the talking head. You have answered correctly. Red smoke starts to pour from its mouth and swirl around your face. When it finally drifts away, the bronze head is still and silent. You are left feeling powerful and as though destiny is with you. Yes, we like that. We gain 2 skill points and 2 luck points. How are we doing? So we have 13 out of a possible 14 skill and 10 out of a possible 11 for luck. With renewed enthusiasm, you walk out of the room and up the corridor. Hooray! The corridor ends at a doorway which is made of iron. You turn the handle and enter an empty room which has 2 doors leading from it, one to your left and one to your right. We're back at one of these very basic decisions again, people. Are we going to go left or right? These maps really, I wonder if I'd feel more that these maps were useful if they were on like hex paper or grid paper. We bear bears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 to left, and Neil says, and Gary say to the right. Left, please, says Sean. Now, I don't know what role Neil is acting in, player or cartographer, so I'm going to bookmark here, just in case. And I think, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for left and 3 for right. So we'll go left. Capri says left, and the maps seem deliberately nonsensical. Yeah, they're not very usable, are they? The door opens into a room which is completely empty. There is a mosaic floor which has an abstract pattern, except for the area in front of the door in the opposite wall, where there is the head of Medusa. Oof. On the door, there is a small box with a slot on its top. You walk up to the door, turn the handle and find that it is unlocked. Okay, now let's think carefully about this next choice, folks. If you wish to put a gold piece into the box before stepping through the doorway, please type gold into the chat. If you would rather walk through without making a donation, please type walk into the chat. Yeah, please just think about this. That, there's a head of a Medusa. What's an adventure without a Medusa? Can we spare the gold? Let's have a look. We have 3 gold. It's an old public toilet. Spend a penny. Gosh, ancient history. Gold, 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 gold. Always believe in your soul. Gold. It's how the art gallery funds the prize, says Sean. Will says, don't want to upset the Gorgon head. I'm going to bookmark just in case. Let's donate. Oh my God. Oh no. We were trying to do the right thing. After placing the coin in the slot, a panel in the door flaps up, revealing, much to your horror, the letter T scratched on its reverse side. The messenger of death has struck a blow. You lose 4 points for the shock to the system. If you still live after the curse has taken its toll, we may continue. I just say the messenger of death is a bit of a japester. Oh, I've just remembered there are like levers and stuff on my Warhammer chair. I never use those. That is just mean, isn't it, Sean? Robbie, what else are we going to buy for 3 gold nowadays? Very true. Can we busk for more gold? Uncalled for, says Will. We still live, and I don't think we're doing in too bad a shape, but let's have some provisions just in case. Luckily, we cheated and got really strong stats in the beginning. You curse the evil game and walk through the doorway. Don't you know it, game? Although light shines through the open door, you can see nothing beyond the doorway. And I'm quite cross about this because at the beginning of the adventure, it did point out that we actually are given a lantern. We have a lantern. So I really don't like these rooms where it's dark. We do not have a light spell. So we're going to have to step slowly into total darkness. God. Your hands touch rough stone on either side of you and you realise that you are in a corridor. Your heart thumps as you make your way slowly down the corridor. But what you are unable to see... what you're unable to see is a sharp blade which is set between the walls less than a metre from the ground. It cuts painfully into your shin, and as you feel the blood start to run down your leg, you start to panic. You lose 2 stamina points and 1 luck point. Eager to escape from the black corridor, you run along it, bumping into a door at the far end. Well, actually, had we used the spell, we would have lost 2 stamina points anyway. So, you know, I'm not going to kick off about this, even though I think it's unfair. The messenger is an interesting plot device as to make you decide whether to investigate everything you come across. Very true. Do we have any matches, wonders Christian. I don't know, Christian. That's not how lanterns work in adventure games. They're always on. If only we had a lantern, says Robbie. Oh, wait. I just hope we can give the messenger a good thrashing later on, says Will. Absolutely. Of course we shall, if we get the opportunity. Oh, no! We've had the Medusa, now Cyclops with a magical staff. The door opens into a candlelit chamber, which has a strong, musty smell. Let's steal some of these candles. The floor is covered with debris, scraps of rotting food, matted hair, ash, teeth, and animal droppings. When the door behind you closes, the door in front of you flies open, and a deformed, one-eyed mutant lumbers into the room, brandishing a silver rod. A bolt of white light shoots out from the rod and burns a black patch on the floor by your feet. The sun has set outside, and the night horror is stalking the corridors of Vatos in search of prey. Whew. We'll just finish for a quick commercial break. Happy Haribo says, have you had an accident with a spike and a shin in a dark corridor that wasn't your fault? You might be entitled to compensation. Okay. I don't know where we've got this. If you wish to use your sword against this loathsome creature, turn to 85. If you wish to search through your backpack for some other weapon, turn to 309. Well, What's in our backpack? I mean, we could try the beetle again. Sandworm tooth, dragon, monkey tail. I don't know. Backpack, says Neil. Sword, says Haribo. The beetle has to work at some point, says Caprice. Sword, says Gary. Throw the helmet at him, says Robbie. Dude could probably just use a snack, says Dartharus. Backpack, says Robbie. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4 for backpack, and 1, 2 for the sword so far. What shall we do? Okay, looks like it's going to be backpack. Let's have a look, shall we? As you sling your backpack off your shoulders, another bolt of light shoots out from the rod. We can be lucky. Phew. We are lucky. The bolt of light flies past your head and scorches the wall behind you. What item will you pull from your backpack? I'm going to pull the only item we have access to, a sandworm's tooth. Oh no. You run forward to stab the night horror with the long tooth, but it is broken into tiny pieces by another bolt from the rod. You have no choice but to attack it with your sword. Oh Lord! This quest is... Yeah, it's it's set up like the reverse, right? All the stuff we think we should do, all the stuff we've learned from all the other fighting fantasy adventures, we know nothing, Jon Snow. Will, who is one of our moderators, says retcon. I think we should retcon. I think we're going to retcon. Let's go back. Okay. So we've actually retconned back to the Medusa. So we're going to walk through without making a donation because we all resent that. Okay. I'm sorry, but we cheated. We're going to go back into the darkness and get a slashed leg. We should probably eat some provisions. And we're going to just have to fight. The night horror is a formidable opponent and is difficult to defeat with a sword. If you win an attack round, your blow will not have harmed the night horror's undead flesh as it would any other mortal creature. They will only lose 1 point of stamina rather than 2. Further, the life-draining aura of the creature makes it difficult to fight back, so we'll have 2 fewer points of skill. Can someone please play the Hamlet cigar music at this point? Oh, I mean, used to be a time when you could come in, honest person, do a day's work in the dungeon, make your money, go home. What's happening? It's all changed. It's so different now. I think let's just get on with this. Poor Cyclops janitor, he was only cleaning droppings with a magic staff. This horror really is a horror, says Gary. Jen's done a, is the night horror's biggest rival a day comedy? Robbie's written the words to the song. Dum 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 dum. Let's fight. He's only got stamina 10 and skill 10. We should be fine. We should be fine. I mean, if we weren't cheating, we might not be fine, but it's just going to take a little longer. Dayman, Hamlet song was slower. Oh, I thought you were doing the fight song, Robbie. So you were doing dum 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 dum. Got it. Best adverts ever. They were great adverts, the Hamlet adverts. Gosh, it does take longer when you only manage to do 1 stamina point of damage. A draw. Oh! You should have no depth perception, says Tony. Very true. Sometimes I cheat when I don't need to. Shame on me. Yay! 8 days later. Gosh. We win! As the night horror drops to the ground, it releases its grip on the silver rod. Suddenly, there is a grating noise above you. Out of the hands of its owner, the rod has mysteriously triggered a mechanism in the stone ceiling, which is lowering down towards you. You frantically run to open one of the doors, but both are firmly locked by some powerful magic and cannot be opened even by Yaztromo's spell. Lucky we didn't take that spell. Will you pick up the silver rod, try a crystal key in the door, or try to use 2 stamina to burn we don't have the fire spell. So please type either silver or crystal into the chat. We do have the crystal key. I've got no horse in this race. All I will say is I can think of 2 songs with crystal in my head. One is the Crystal Lake, she only laughs, she knows you're just a modern man. And the other one is the crystal ship is being filled, 1,000 mines, 1,000 something million, etc. Silver, it worked for the Cyclops, right? Gary says silver. Happy and Tony and Sean say crystal. Dartharus and Robbie want the magic stick. Caprice sings Silver by the Pixies. Don't forget Crystal Blue Persuasion. Dave says Crystal Maze theme tune. Dun, 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 dun. Excellent, excellent. Okay, let me count these up. Right, okay. Crystal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for crystal. No, 4 for crystal, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's bookmark. I think crystal has 1. Let's see what happens. The ceiling is descending fast, and you have to stoop while trying to fit the crystal key into the lock. And guess what, my friends? It is 2058. So we're going to end on a cliffhanger. And we will not know what happens until we are joined together in Holy YouTubery next week. Same place, same time. To see if we can conquer the Temple of Terror. And I know I was moaning that there weren't that many crystal cliffhanger. I know we... Oh, Dark Souls! Lovely to see you. Good night to you. Woohoo, cliffhanger. Someone remember. I know, look at us with a proper cliffhanger. Like, we're proper YouTubers and everything. What was I going to say? Can't even remember what I was going to say. I'm so tired. Yeah, we could... No. I was going to say we could stick around quickly to see if I could get Rogue Trader up and running, but I think the possibility is it might mash up. It might make the whole computer crash. Also, I realise Will Wheaton's been unfortunately covered. You can't see Will today, so I'm sorry. We'll rectify that for our next adventure. But the new pot for my rose was behind that bookshelf, so I had to pull everything out. Hopefully we wake up in the shower a la Dallas and it was all a dreadful dream, says Tony. When we escape, we have to make a silly Resident Evil gag. Agreed. So lovely to spend this evening with all of you. I have been in the turmoil of anxiety for days and days and days now. I really do feel like I'm struggling to remember the good days. So thank you, my friends, for making this evening so lovely and pleasurable. I need to do some trench crusading this evening, so I will head off to do that. Very fun stream. Yes, it was. It was. Have a lovely week. Yay, hugs to you and Jasper. Jen has a penchant for cliffhangers. We were nearly a Will sandwich. Oh, thank you, Aztec. Thank you, Haribo. Thank you so much, Sean and Will, for being my amazing moderators. I super appreciate you. Thank you so much to Alex, was it Robbie and Neil, who did some super thanks. Thank you so much for doing that. Fan funding. Woohoo! Neil gave us £5 and Robbie gave us £5. Thank you so, so much. Amazing friends. We super appreciate that. Woohoo! Fighting fantasy is always a highlight for the week. Long may it continue. Long may we all be okay. Historita Jamaldus. We were just talking about how when you appeared on Arbiter Ian's channel to ask your question, you turned up as your posh self, James. And then Robbie said it's because Ian has a better class of viewer, which I couldn't argue with. So lovely, lovely to see you, Historita Jamaldus. I'm sure you and I will be talking that heresy book very soon. And yeah, lovely to see you just dropping in at the end. Good night, everybody. Goodbye, Tony. Goodbye, Gary. And send love to the cat and the wife. Lovely to see you all. See you next week. Ian did answer James's question. I asked a question, Ian didn't answer, but I just asked him anyway. Okay, lovelies. Really actually going now. I will blow out the candle. And good night from him. Good night from me. Yay! Oh, look, smoke. See you all soon.